Oh, all right. Welcome back to another random movie review show. And today we have something a little bit special. So I'm gonna take it over to Hannah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Barbie. This is Ken, and we're gonna review the Barbie movie, guys. It came out. When did it come out? It came out summer,
Last
right?
summer.
Yeah, last summer, and we're gonna review it now because we just seen it, and we're gonna give our opinions about the movie. Um, and yeah, you ready to get started?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you start because I have so many opinions, and I wanna hear what you think of the movie.
Uh, okay. And spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. We're not holding back, but
Yeah.
uh, my biggest problem off the bat, just because it irked me the most, is they did the thing the Lego movie did that ruined it, is where instead of being contained in its own universe, it has to cross over to ours.
Mhm.
And I'm like, come on, man, y'all did that last time. But I I get it, they're trying to tie it together, but you had mentioned it was too long, definitely.
I
Like
think an hour
uh,
20 would have been perfect.
and all they had to do was take out the musical numbers. Like some of that was a little ridiculous. Like I get Ryan can sing and
Yeah,
dance, you know.
I actually like the Ken song.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I get, but like, yeah. Now, and you were mentioning the tone. It's inescapable at times. Like I don't care who wrote it and directed it, but we all know what the doll stands for. They didn't have to make men look too ridiculous, but they kind of did. Like, you
I
know,
thought I have a complete opposite opinion about that, but I'll get into it. I think the beginning of the movie was really fun. You get to see the
yeah.
dream house. She's pouring her some juice. There ain't nothing in it. She's taking a shower. There's no water. I loved all that. That was really fun. And then she had the car. She had the Barbie car, the Barbie house. I thought the sets were really cool. The costumes were great, and the costumes were all based off of like actual Barbies from the '90s and stuff that I had. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I know what that is. So that was fun, and I think they did an overall stellar job with like the visuals are great. You know,
Those are the pluses. Where again, if they would have left it in Barbie Land, sure, that'd have been a really cool movie. And like, she had to
and
find herself there,
yeah,
but they're trying to say, "Hey, y'all played with dolls. Remember this?" And it's like, well, yeah, you know,
yeah, and
but
it's like this movie is obviously not for kids. It was obviously for like 30-year-old women that used to play with Barbies. That's like obvious to me. Because the beach off jokes, like that's pretty. That was just silly. Talking about beaching each other off and stuff. You
oh
know,
yeah, well, her first thought is of death. Her first real thought ever is about death.
yeah.
That's not really fun. Although
No,
I would like to see depressed Barbie. I would buy that.
the
If they
Prince
made it.
Barbie.
They had
Oh
the
god,
commercial for it. I give them credit.
that
They,
was kind of funny. Oh
and
gosh.
we all know people who had a weird Barbie that tore it up, and
Oh yeah, Weird Barbie. It was played by Kate McKinnon, which she's really funny. She's on SNL for years. She's pretty
she was a
iconic.
she was a Ghostbuster for a hot minute.
Oh yeah, but let's not talk about that role because I
Oh
think
no,
I
no,
think she's funny, like just as herself. Um, but Barbie starts thinking about death, but it's because she's getting all the emotions from the person that's playing with her. And that's kind of the weird thing is like I guess the Barbies in Barbie world belong to humans or something, I guess, and they take on the personality of the person that owns them, right? Is that kind of what they were saying? Seems like.
that's what they're saying. They tried to throw us off by you thinking it's the little girl and it's her Barbie, but no, it's the mom living through it. And that's see, again, that's fine. That's beautiful. Like she didn't have to come meet Will Ferrell, and like that
Yeah,
whole executive subplot, like added nothing. It's
yeah,
funny, but.
there's a lot of things in it that I feel like went flat for me. Like there's a lot of things that just I feel like this could have been a really great movie. And like you said, why does it have to? Why couldn't it just be about like the Barbie world and stuff? And I don't like the Barbie and Ken dynamic at all in this. Like I thought that they were gonna be like be a couple and stuff, and it was weird between them. I didn't like that at all. I feel bad because Ken was like just all he wanted was attention from Barbie, and she was so mean to him constantly. I was like, that's just, it said in the beginning of the movie, the only thing that Ken looks forward to is Barbie showing him any attention that day, like that. That was kind of like very like sad to me.
Yeah, they again like somebody had said they one of the writers that they were writing it as if somebody's playing with it, but it doesn't work if Barbie shows up at the high school. Like, like they should have bounced off each other where in the real world that lady's getting her identity back. But then you couldn't have the greatest scene, like you said, where she comes and teaches them everything. The
Yeah,
redemption
like
moment.
when they went to the real world, it was like I guess Barbie, she like the reason why she went there was to meet like the owner, right? And then Ken, he kind of tagged along and stuff. She didn't want him to come, and then he did. He snuck in the Barbie car and stuff. And then when Ken came to the real world, he started getting some empowerment for himself. He started getting more attention and stuff, and he started realizing maybe I don't need Barbie. I could do. So I thought that was great for Ken. I was rooting for him. I was happy to see him get some confidence and stuff because Barbie was just so mean to him in this whole movie. I really didn't like Barbie in this movie. I thought she was so terrible.
She made it a point to say, "I don't love you, Ken," like a bunch of times, but
That was mean. I thought it was so mean. You know, I think Ryan Gosling made a great Ken. I think he was a great actor. He really stole the show from me. I think he was, he looked just like Ken. He could sing, he could dance. He did a great job. I really do. I think he was awesome.
yeah. uh, They should have just maybe taken it to the drawing board one more time and iron out some more kinks. And you know,
Yeah,
they had a great idea. It took them long enough to do it. I'll give them that.
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that went flat for me. Like I said, like there were times when I was, I'm gonna be honest, I was bored at certain points. I'm kind of like, this is long. Like, what's the point in that? Like, there's a lot of scenes I thought were just like ridiculous. Um, but then Barbie started crying. She got real tears, and that freaked her out. Right? She never had that happen. She was just becoming more human. It kind of was like a Chucky thing. Remember Chucky started bleeding and all that like stuff.
I said that out loud watching the movie, and I was like, "This is Chucky, man!" Like,
Yeah, it's like becoming like human or something, like a doll becoming human. It did have a Chucky vibe in that way.
and they made the whole thing magical at the end. Like, that old cliche, the power was in you the whole time, and it's
Yeah.
like you didn't
Well,
need that story.
and like I
Barbie
said,
should have found herself at home.
yeah, and there's all those corny speeches and stuff. They kept going on these rants that we didn't need to hear about. Um, I did think it was kind of funny when Ken he got all those books about how to be a man and stuff. Like, and then he became super manly. I thought that was kind of cool because, we know Ken is like kind of more feminine and he's like just stands by Barbie and all that. So I was like super happy to see Ken go back to Barbie World and take over because it kind of looked awesome. Like, he just wanted to have thirsty beers and hang out with all the Barbies. The Barbies were having fun. The Kens were having fun. I was like, dude, he like fixed Barbie World because it was so boring at the beginning. The Kens were getting treated like trash. The Barbies were very narcissistic. Like, I kind of was happy when it became Kenland. I thought it was just I thought it was pretty cool. You know, hanging out with the bros and stuff.
Yeah, but they didn't have to make him so dumb. Like, She obviously was
I
not
didn't think
that
he
dumb.
was
Why would
dumb.
Ken be?
I'm sorry, I didn't think he was dumb.
They made him look dumb. I didn't. I mean,
And like
like,
he turned the Barbie dream house to his Mojo. What was it?
oh, the
Mojo.
Mojo Casa house.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I loved it. I liked seeing Ken become so manly.
Yeah,
And
but
you
like,
know, the way they were singing on guitar to their like Barbies and stuff. I thought they were so sweet. I didn't perceive it as them being douches at all. I thought they were so nice.
they just really like that Matchbox 21 song. I think that's who that is.
I wanna push you around
I
now.
guess that's who that is. I can't remember, but they really,
I think
whoever
it
made this movie,
sounds like the well.
whoever, whoever made
I
this movie loved that song.
I don't know. I just perceive the movie way different than other people. I think that Ken was like the best part. I think that when it became Ken Land, it was like, dude, they just want to have beers and bro it up and hang out with their girlfriends. Like, and then Barbie comes and she kind of messes it back up again, turns it back into Barbie Land, and it gets all sad again.
Yeah, but if you're a very young child playing with these things, that might be the way you see it. You can't. They barely grazed on the fact that Barbie was turning that way because the girl was drawing her that way, which that was cool. Like, okay, there is direct influence, but like they dropped the ball on that idea and to make the car joke, where every time they're in the car, it's the same song and people
Yeah,
sing it or not. Like, I didn't. That adds nothing to your story.
yeah.
Like,
Well, also I didn't like when she did the drawing, the depressed Barbie, right? Barbie with cellulite and all that. Like I just think we're talking about a doll. I do not want a Barbie doll with cellulite or like like I don't think I don't want like if I was a kid I wouldn't want that. Like that's weird to me. So I don't know. I didn't really think that her ideas were so great for Barbie. You know.
yeah, well, like it's also I don't know who they were actually thinking they were writing it for. I think they got confused between the moms and the daughters of today. Like, because they would make jokes that we would get, especially the last stinger is that she's going to the lady doctor. It's like, okay, like,
That was so dumb. I'm sorry. I thought that was so cringy. Like, ugh. Like, why did they do that?
but then right, and some young kid in the crowd is not going to be like, oh, I get that joke. No, they're going to be like, I don't get it. So like, who are you writing it for? Like, stick to one
Yeah.
level.
Well, that's what I mean. I think this movie's made for like 30-year-olds. I don't think it's made for kids.
Hmm.
I
Plus,
don't think it's for kids.
no, of course, but like, I don't remember anybody ever telling me when they played with Barbie they had like disco parties. So it's like, you know,
I don't know. Maybe. Well, I'm sure people like you play with Barbies, they have parties or whatever. But I don't
I
know.
meant to. I'm talking about. I'm referring to the beginning when before she says I'm thinking about death.
Oh yeah, she's
Like,
like, you ever think about that? Or like that was weird.
but they danced at that before that for like a minute or two, and I get it. Like, people do that, but like, again, like that only came back like one other time with the Ken song.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what else they were thinking.
I wasn't really like I wasn't feeling the vibe like when the movie began and we got to see how the Barbies do their everyday thing. Like I said, I liked the part where everything was fake. That was kind of fun, like the food and the drinks and the showers not real. Like that's cool. But then it just was like I felt like the Barbies wanted to be worshipped by the Kens, and the Kens just wanted any attention from the Barbies and you know when she went back to the dream house or whatever, Ken was like, "Oh, hey, can I spend the night or whatever?" I never, so she just left him out there on the beach to sleep or whatever. And she's like, "This is Barbie's dream house, not Ken's." I just thought, like, I just couldn't stand how mean she was to him. I just did not like it. I just thought it was terrible. She was just really terrible. I didn't like the Barbie, but the Barbie had the personality of the owner. And I don't know, like that lady's personality wasn't my favorite. So
No, I think they established she was like that from the get go. Like,
yeah,
like again, he can't say his job was beach. I guess that's supposed to be funny, but
well,
those are the jokes, people.
they made it like that, like the guys are just like an accessory for the girls. It's like, okay, here's Ken. He's got to wear a matching outfit with me, and I don't think that's okay. I didn't like that message because, like, if a little girl was gonna see this, it's like, okay, well, men are just like objects or something. I felt like that was a bad message.
Well, that's why I say he doesn't. Didn't need to be that dumb. He could be innocent. I mean, Alan was better than that, and I didn't know
Ugh,
that was a.
I didn't like Alan at all. He was such a weasel. Ugh.
That's a real character, though, right?
Yeah, he was. They actually made two Alan dolls. Like they made one in the '60s and made one in the early 2000s. Nobody liked him. He's a dork, so they didn't make any more of those dolls because they weren't selling. Like total dork.
Well, they referenced some of their crappier ones, like Skipper, that her chest grows, and then
Oh yeah,
the
that
girl
was
with the
'70s one.
girl with the TV in her back. It's like, yeah, you had some
What's
failed
the
products.
pregnant baby too, like Midge, and they kind of treated her weird, like they're like she's basically a weirdo, so they were kind of mean to the pregnant Barbie, and the pregnant Barbie. She
Midge,
got pregnant. She got pregnant by Alan because you could find
really?
Alan and pregnant Barbie together. Like that's who she got pregnant by. But they didn't add that to the movie. That would have been kind of funny. But yeah, but they treated her so bad, and at the beginning of the movie when they were bashing the baby dolls, it felt like are they saying that being a mom is bad or so? I didn't really get that. It's like I get baby dolls are kind of boring. Like when I was a kid, I didn't like baby dolls. Like I'm a mom now, I like being a mom. But as a kid, like I didn't want to be a mom. Like I liked Barbies and stuff. But I didn't know if the message what they were trying to say with that because it was kind of violent. When they're breaking the baby dolls and bashing their heads and they're like, we don't have to be mothers anymore or whatever. I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know how I felt
Well,
about it.
again, they didn't like. It's like they came up with a couple punchlines and had to write a joke around it to get
Yeah.
their point across. And it's like, no, like you can't hand a toddler a Barbie to play with yet. Like it's gonna rip it apart. So
Yeah.
they like the doll thing is just something. Yeah, but I get what they were trying to do. But again, the tone they do that, and then she shows up in real life and gets roasted by a bunch of tweens. It's like, okay, like
Yeah. And that was really weird to me, like, because it was like the teenagers or whatever were saying, you're the reason why these crazy expectation of women. It's like, I don't think that's true at all. Has anybody ever thought about themselves, compare themselves to Barbie? It's literally a toy. Like, that's a weird thing to do. I don't think that, like, men compare women to Barbie dolls. Like that's literally just weirdo stuff to me. Like, and I didn't like how they went on about that those rants are kind of just annoying to me. It's like, whatever, dude. Like it's just a doll. Like chill out, bro.
well, I think it would have been better if Barbie learned her lesson in her own land and then came around to teach everybody. Like, you're making the point that Barbie could have been anything, president and
Yeah.
whatever. But, like, again, like you said, they could be brainwashed real quick. Like, okay, like, I don't know what tone you're going for. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
fun
that's
anymore.
they went back and forth, right? They were one way,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, now let's hang out, get some brewski beers for the guys. Let's go have fun. And then all of a sudden, it's like they would just say something to them, they'd snap out of it. Or so. That was really weird. That was bizarre to me. Like how it was. I don't think that the writers really took their time on that. Like on how to end the story. I guess I felt like that was
Yeah.
just bizarre.
Right. Like, she had to meet the owner. And it's like, okay, but the coolest thing about that is you find out, if you didn't know, Barbara was her real name. That's cool. Little
Yeah,
backstory. But did she have to meet the owner and then find it amongst herself? Like they brought the crying thing too much, but
yeah, they did. And they brought like what was it like one of the only like the creator of Barbie or something, the old lady at the end or whatever. Like she's like, I created Barbie and stuff, and it's like a woman created Barbie, and they were making a big deal about that because they're saying like all the people that work at Mattel are dudes or something, and they're saying like,
no,
well,
he was right when he said there was like two female CEOs ever.
yeah,
But
um,
that's a joke we would only get. So
I know, and it's just like I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff that was kind of weird in this movie. Like there's a lot of like really dry jokes that I found myself not laughing at. I'm kind of like, that was stupid. That was dumb. That's not funny. Um, but there were some good. Like I did like the music and stuff. I did like the dancing and stuff. That was kind of fun. When Ken did the "I'm Just Ken" song, I love that. But I don't think you enjoyed that though.
no, it's not that I didn't enjoy it, but it just didn't fit. Like
Yeah,
it took the movie in a slower pace to pay attention to that. But so again, like, are we having bubbly fun or people getting roasted? Like, and then I get what they were trying to do with Ken. That's great, but like the whole joke, a horse joke, like he couldn't understand what patriarchy meant, and
oh
basically
yeah,
worship horses, and everybody became like, okay, well, that's funny, I guess, but all the jokes they didn't end. Like, we're gonna keep
yeah,
telling the same old joke.
yeah. That was kind of silly. The horse thing was kind of silly. But I don't know. I didn't really like the personality that Barbie got, and I think it was because her owner. If you watch the movie, you realize this lady treats her husband bad. So maybe that's why Barbie treating Ken so bad throughout the whole movie. Like maybe it's just like that lady doesn't like dudes or something. She hates men or something. And it was kind of Barbie was kind of getting that personality, and I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it.
That that doesn't make sense. Like, you would hope the kids of today, if they were playing with these dolls, don't say things like, I'm surely not thinking about death anymore, everybody. It's like,
Yeah.
I think we need to have a talk about what's going on with Barbie's head. Like, is there a psychiatrist, Barbie?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's like you could tell like the owner of Barbie was just a super depressed like woman who felt like had a lot of insecurities and stuff. And then I guess like that Barbie has to be the same way, like because that's who's playing with her. So that was strange. Like I didn't really, and I think Marco Robbie was like fine. Like she looked good. Like she looked like Barbie. Um, but I just really didn't like Barbie in this movie. I was hoping that I would end up liking Barbie, but I didn't like the character at all. They kind of ruined Barbie. I like weird Barbie. She was kind of funny, but I'm a little disappointed in the movie. I guess because we never had a live action Barbie movie, and then this is what we
Right.
get. Well, this is what we get, and it's like this kind of sad. And no, this is a very popular movie too. People loved it. People loved it, but there's just so much like stuff that went flat to me that I think overall maybe I think it's kind of a silly movie, and I'm not gonna watch it again. And it was too long. It was too long, y'all. Like they needed to cut this down a bunch.
Well, this one should have been their sequel, and the first movie should have been more about Barbie living in her own place and just not sum it up in an opening credit. Like, I know we get it, but like they apparently have a dynamic with each other, and that should have been the theme of your movie. Like breaking that dynamic of, oh, well, guys talk like this and girls talk like that. Like, no, have it break down, but not like she had to go through a portal to get to us. It's like,
I think, yeah, I know, but I think it was kind of a negative, like, that men are, like, idiots.
She could have. They make the point that she was, you could through Barbie be president or a scuba diver, whatever you wanted to be, and knowing you could still be that. Not if you come to, the real world is just being roasted by a queen at the junior high and telling Barbie she ruined people. Like Barbie didn't need to know that. Like the person did, sure, but you could show. By the way, America Ferrera is great in that movie. Like it's funny to see her as a mom.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch Ugly Betty, but I knew of it.
Oh, okay. What's the movie called?
No, the Ugly Betty was the show America Ferrera came started. The mom
Oh,
in this movie.
I don't know what Ugly Betty is.
Well, that was the mom show back in the day. The mom in
Oh,
the movie.
okay.
Trying to remember where it came on, but no, she did a good job. And for anybody who has seen Avengers Infinity War or Endgame, they have a character of young Gamora.
Yeah.
That's the daughter in the Barbie movie.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Well, I think that this movie, like you said, they're trying to be too serious and goofy at the same time. It's like kind of stick to one note. Um, because like I said, there's so many like speeches and stuff, and it's kind of like can we just like can this just be like a fun comedy or something? Do we have to like make all these points? It's like can we just not do that, please? That's like kind of. I was hoping it would just be more like a lighthearted comedy, but then they would go on these rants, and it was just kind of a little
Right.
bit
Like
preachy, maybe.
that's
I don't.
that's where you lose the kids. It's like the kids aren't going to understand a suburban mom's midlife crisis. Like
Mm-hmm.
keep it where it's fun and
Yeah.
light, and you learn you do learn some lessons, of course, but you know, like not that you could be brainwashed or you and be snot back out of it with just words, but making them feel better. I get it, and then they go back to like, I don't love Ken. Like I'm going to say this for another hour, and they're like, we get it. You're
I know you
independent.
don't like him. You hurt his feelings.
Well, I wouldn't like him either. He was ridiculous.
I thought he was so sweet. I really did.
They, they had a better idea with showing the lives of each Barbie for a while to show you what it would be like to play with that
I
doll.
thought he was so sweet. I don't know what, like, how you interpret that. Like, he was so sweet.
He was
He,
innocently
he
sweet,
was
but just
paying attention to her, and he's all like, "Hey, baby," and stuff. Like, it's like, dang, dude. He's like really into her. Like, and she don't care.
well, I think they were trying to bring up the like you don't have to be the way you're told to be. Like he's told to be in love with her and work at
Yeah.
beach, not the beach, just beach. And it's like, okay, but Ken could have learned that lesson too.
Well, I
But
think at the end he like realized that yeah he could do his own thing, and then I think he realized he had some value and stuff, and maybe there was some empowerment for him at the end too. Because Barbie, she decided to go be a human, which is really weird. You know, didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I thought that was bizarre.
and then your third act is a Ken war. I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
It was funny because they weren't shooting it like if you were playing with toys, this is what it would look like in real life. I
Yeah,
got that because the weapons weren't really hurting anybody.
yeah, there's toys and stuff.
But that took up too much time of the movie.
Well,
And then
yeah,
they,
I think I think there was just a little bit too much, But I did think it was kind of funny, like you were saying, when they went to Weird Barbie, and then there was all like the really like bad Barbie ideas and stuff that they made throughout the years, and they even had the earring Ken, which I used to have that, where he wore like the purple vest and he had the earring. I thought that was kind of cool, like a throwback, from the '90s. You get like the old stuff I grew up with. So there was stuff that was nostalgic for me in it, but then the story just went flat to me. But visually, if I would have just saw like the visuals of the movie, I would have been like, "Oh, this looks really cool." But then watching it, it's just like the story. They trying to make like something too serious, and I think I probably would have liked it better if it was just like Barbie's doing Barbie stuff in the Barbie world, where the humans aren't even around. Like we don't need them. Like it would have probably
Right.
been a better movie. Like you said, we don't need Will Ferrell. We don't need all that. Um, you don't need to know about the Ruth Handler or whatever that created Barbie. Like that's fine, but like why does she got to be in the movie too? You know?
I think that was for the really older mothers of this time. Like, Barbie came out in '59, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you had that then, those people, but those are not the people who are going to see your movie in the theater. Like,
Mhm.
grandma's not going to go get in the car to go see the Barbie movie. Like,
Yeah.
write the jokes a little bit lower and keep them that way. Like,
Mhm. Yeah, that I was wondering whenever this movie came out, I was like, who is going to see this movie? Like, I was wondering the age range and all that stuff. And I know people that went and saw it. My brother and his wife went and saw it. They loved it. Um, but it seems like there was children that went, and I know the kids were probably so disappointed. Like the little girls were probably like, "What is this?" Like because it's an adult movie. It's not for kids. It really isn't a kid movie. But it's like, how you gonna make a movie about Barbies and it's not for kids? That's kind of weird. Like I was kind of thinking maybe they should have did it like a more kid friendly movie. You know?
or like I said, at least start, like, try to make a franchise. Everybody loves to do that. Your first movie should just be, let's learn who Barbie is, to just get involved there. And then something bad happens at the end, and you want to see the next movie about her having an existential crisis about who she is and what it's like to cry.
Yeah. Like I think that they could have just made the like they should have just went full comedy, like and not tried to because I think there's like some messages in it that I didn't really like, and I don't think that they needed to have that. It could have just been like a corny little comedy movie, where we don't have like those long ass drawn out speeches and stuff. It's kind of like, okay, stop, please, stop talking. You know. You know what I mean? Like I would have been happier with just more like the Barbie world stuff than all that. You know,
Right? They
because
should have
there's
took another.
yeah,
Right?
there's things that was fun about it. Like when he went surfing and it was like the water was fake and so that's kind of funny. Like that was kind of hilarious. Nothing's real, everything's fake. Like that's Barbie's. That's her world.
Yeah, like her taking a shower with no water, because if you're a kid, there's no water involved. You gotta use your imagination. But they dropped that idea like right in the beginning, in the first act. Like, oh no, it's more about Barbie, turning into Chucky. We need to stop it. Like, I mean, yeah, she's really crying, and her shoes don't fit. That joke got old real quick. Like,
Flat feet and stuff.
okay, like, but then we just keep jumping back to the other story, and that's even worse. By the way, I cite the Lego movie. In both movies, in the real world, Will Ferrell's like the head of everything.
I noticed that.
Coincidence?
That's
Coincidence?
I was watching this with my son. He's like, "This is literally Lego movie. What the heck?" Like, and it's like, yeah, Will Ferrell's kind of like the like weird god of the world or whatever. And he's kind of a creep in both of them, right? He's not a good guy.
Well, he learns to be in the Lego movie, but that's where they lost it in
Right?
that movie.
He's all like, "Get in the box, Jezebel." Like he's not a good
Oh
guy.
no! Like, the fact that they wanted to just wrap it back away, it's like, what are you trying to say? Like, and then you get uh, a chase scene through the building you could have cut in half.
Mhm.
That's how you trim and edit people. Like, it was funny at first, but they kept running jokes into the ground. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
I did like the
and
cowgirl outfit though. I thought that was cute.
see, like when they threw the outfits in the air and the prices came up and what it was.
Yeah.
That's clever. That's fun. Like a kid may not get it or be, but that's we do that. We shop with for adults. But they brought up like, oh, I lost these boots, and my mom wouldn't, let me get. Like those are cool, but then it's like, what do we do about Ken taking over the world?
Yeah.
And Ken going to jobs just saying, well, I am a man, and it's like, well, we don't
Yeah. That
actually feel that much.
that was stupid. That was kind of
Like, no,
lame.
I don't want a guy who's my doctor just because he's a man either. Let me tell
Well,
you.
I know, but I wouldn't want it the other way around either. Where it's like, oh well, because they're a woman. Like you don't really
Right.
want it the way. It's like, how about we hire people who got like the intelligence or whatever, the skills.
Oh, and I'd like to say, I don't know if you noticed, but we had our first transgender character in the movie. It's a
Really?
uh, yeah, transgender woman. She's uh, Barbie with the long red hair.
Oh, is it a kin like in disguise though?
No, no, no. It's in real life a guy who transferred
Oh,
over to.
okay.
It's a trans woman,
I thought it was like a
and
kin disguising or something.
I give him credit for not even addressing it. Like, like the
Yeah, I
person
didn't.
I was watching, the person I was watching the movie with said, "Yeah, they have a really big Barbie in there. They really didn't make a fat Barbie, let me tell you." And I'm like, "I'll take your word for it, but yeah, maybe they will now."
Oh, they do have. They have curvy Barbies. Is what.
That's what the person said. Yeah, curvy, but that one Barbie was, plus size woman, which is fine, but maybe they make it now.
Uh, well, the curvy Barbie, I think they said is equivalent to like a size 8, and it's like that's a normal size. That's a. But Barbie, I think, if she was a person, she'd probably be wearing a size 0. Like she's tiny. She's tiny.
Yeah,
So I think the fat Barbie or curvy Barbie, whatever you want to call it, is probably just a normal size lady. This is a normal weight and stuff. Nothing too crazy. But I didn't know anything about the transgender thing. That's interesting. I didn't know that they put the. There's a Barbie.
yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know.
We looked it up while we were watching the movie, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like that's how you do it without saying you're doing it.
Yeah, I just
Just have it happen, and it did. And like I only noticed towards the middle, and I looked it up. And I'm like, sure, but they ran all the other ones into the ground. Like Barbie could win a Nobel Peace Prize, but if she gets brainwashed, it's back to normal. I don't know. Like there's another one the kids aren't going to get. Like, wait, so are you telling them they can or can't be these things? Because you want them to imagine being these things.
yeah. Well, I'm just hoping that when things went, because they didn't necessarily show us how things went back in Barbie World. They kind of. So I'm assuming that things went right back to the way it was, where the kids are like miserable and the Barbies are having
Jeez,
parties every night. I'm guessing that's what happened. We really didn't see it,
that's bad writing. Like,
yeah. No, there was some bad writing in this. Like, I do think maybe they should have worked on it somewhere. Um, they had an idea and then they didn't work it all through. Um, there's just a lot that was flat in it for me.
it's like they had a page of just Barbie jokes and nostalgic quotes, and like, let's just tie it together.
Great
Just tie it.
costumes and stuff, but not a good script. It's like, yeah, you can make the set, you can make the clothes, But if the script isn't good, like that's kind of that's more important to me is the writing than like because I've watched movies with like the worst costumes, worst, and the writing is good, and it's like yeah, it's low budget, but it's really good. Like sometimes low budget movies are better than these bigger productions because they do better writing sometimes.
Yeah, they have to write around the story, not a bunch of jokes. And
Well, I don't know who wrote this. Do you know who wrote it?
I did. I believe it was both written and directed by women. That's all I really remember. I'm
Um,
not good with names. I'm good with faces, but that shouldn't matter either. But
well, no, I don't
somebody,
care about the gender. It's just like I was just wondering, like the people that wrote it, like knowing what other work they done, you know, what other movies they.
no,
Uh, I don't know. Maybe it was too like much like a SNL skit or something to me.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
almost like a Saturday Night Live movie with Adam Sandler. Just everything's a little ridiculous.
Adam Sandler as Ken. That would be really funny.
A little real life, little like magical sometimes, sure, but like again, the Lego movie had it until they went to the real world. Stop that. We don't. I wouldn't want to see a Barbie come to life and walk at me. That'd be freaky. That's not the point of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I think it would have been better. Like the beginning of the movie, I was like super excited, because the dream house looked so cool and everything. I was like, oh, cool, like it's like the Barbie world. And then, um, quickly as we got into it, it was like just straight like silly, like when she started talking about death, I was kind of like, what, you know. And then, like I said, I didn't like the way they were treating the kids. I wanted there to be more like equal
Yeah,
balance between the two. I wanted them to, because I grew up with Barbies and Kens. I played with those all the time, and my Barbies and Kens were straight in love. Like they didn't treat each other like that. So I didn't like, I didn't like how it had to be like that. I was hoping that we would get like this really cool Barbie and Ken like relationship. I thought it was gonna be like cuter, but no, it was
that,
terrible in that way.
that's the idea you write the movie around. They just didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. You
It's
know,
like,
um, everybody did a good job. I mean, the actors were great, but it's not their fault. It's
oh,
not good.
everything in the movie they nailed it. Like that would be like watching a Barbie actual live action movie.
Mhm.
And you play it that way, and that works. It's almost like Cat in the Hat, where it's like there's two different worlds. We get it,
Mhm.
but like she didn't have to go to Mattel itself. I realize they're plugging themselves into a movie, but
Yeah.
like like you didn't have to go in and be like, okay, well, how many female CEOs? Barbie was looking for another. Like you could have rewrote that joke because again, no kid's gonna get what she's talking about.
Oh, and they're so they made the dolls from this movie. They got like the Ken and that like black leather outfit. I mean, you go to Walmart, you see all that Barbie movies. Too. They're making bank off that stuff right now. I mean,
Of
that
course,
was kind of and if they're gonna do a Barbie movie, they're gonna have to make the dolls for the movie and stuff. But it just kind of sucks because like the movie isn't. I was really looking forward to watching this, and I was kind of
I got
disappointed.
the joke I love the most is how to get two different realities. They showed Barbie's accessories from the Volkswagen van to the jet
That,
ski to the snowmobile, whatever. I'm like, that's what your movie should be about.
that was pretty cool, wasn't it? Seeing
Like
with
the
all
best stuff were clips.
yeah, that was what I like. It's like I feel like if you saw those little bits and stuff of it, but you didn't watch the whole movie, you'd think this is probably cute. And then when you watch it, it's kind of like a bore a lot of times. It's like disappointing and stuff.
There was too much to be in one movie as well. That's why it took longer. And you especially don't want to make a really long movie if your kids are part of your audience. You're gonna
Hmm.
lose them,
That was a problem
and
with
you
Little Mermaid is it's too long. Like hour 20 is like perfect attention span. Like I mean, that's my attention span. I don't want to be sitting for like 2 hours watching Barbie. You know, to be honest, like maybe an hour and 20 minutes would have been perfect. But I was sitting there like, is this almost over? You know, like, and it was like, oh, 40 more minutes, great. Like, you know, that's not good to think that when you're watching a movie, when you're like, oh man, I gotta drag through another 40 minutes of this.
Do you know if this did well at the box office?
I think it did. Like that's the thing is like this is a very popular movie. People they love it, but it's like for me, there's bits I liked, but I'm not gonna watch this again. No way. Like you know what I mean? I don't want to watch it again. I've seen it. It's enough. You know, once is enough for
Yeah,
me. You know,
that's how it was
I
written,
was
though.
super disappointed. I just had higher expectations, I guess.
No, we agree. They had the tools and the talent, but not the savvy to hold back on some of the real life stuff
The
and the
story
jokes.
was good. Yeah.
They could have had. You could make a really killer 45-minute movie out of this.
Mhm.
I could cut all the stuff out that was just ridiculous, and we'd have a pretty cool Barbie movie.
Yeah, just cut it up. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff with too much filler. I guess that's what my problem that I had with the Little Mermaid is like we did not need Eric singing, dude. That song was not good. We didn't need that. You know, like you were talking about, like maybe some of the music in the Barbie movie could have been cut out. Like that's how I feel about the Little Mermaid. Like they added songs that like are not iconic at all, and they're not good, and we didn't need them.
But The Little Mermaid's supposed to be a musical at heart.
Yeah, but the songs from the original cartoon are iconic. Nobody even knows these. Like that Scuttlebug or whatever it's called. That was terrible, dude. That was like the worst song I ever heard in my life. It was just not good. And then I didn't like Eric singing. Like, ew, didn't like it. Um, and whatever. I just think they ran too long. Like that's the thing I've been noticing about movies right now is that they're making them too freaking long. You know, even sitting in a theater, I feel like I'm gonna get a blood clot in my leg sitting there for 2.5 hours. You know,
Right?
I don't want to do that. I have to stretch my legs a little bit. You know, it's too much. You know, I
Well, I hope they take notes because if they try again, I don't think they are though. I don't think they're making a sequel to this movie.
well, I doubt they'll see this video and be like, okay, we're gonna listen to these two about it. They know what they're talking about.
I think people like when it's free streaming. Sure, check it out if you were just curious, and that
Yeah,
way you could pause it if you want, and you know,
come back tomorrow, finish it.
right? Like I couldn't imagine sitting in the theater with this. I'd be
Yeah,
like, I gotta go.
it actually took me like longer than I watched like most of it, and I was like, all right, I got stuff to do, and I ended up doing some things around the house and going to the post office and everything, and then I was like, okay, I'll watch it later. You know, I ended up watching it later that night because it's so long. It's so long. It's way too long. You know, it's not. It just wasn't enjoyable enough for me to sit there. Like, like I could sit there and watch Ben Hur and Nosferatu or whatever, like these older movies that are really long, and I'm kind of like, oh, this is great. But like something about like a Barbie movie don't need to be this long. It's not that deep. You don't need to be that long.
No, like, and they didn't even use like the Transformers model. They made those movies. You do have to have human characters,
Yeah.
but in this one, I'd have been fine if the mom did come down to Barbie Land to help them, and that's about it. Like she's part of the story. She's a big voice for everything. They didn't need the speeches, at least so long. Like we get it, but like what happens when you leave? But okay, well, again, I don't think we're having a sequel. So
No, and we don't need a sequel. I really don't want to watch this again. Like, no offense. Like, I don't know if I just don't think I really like it that much. Like, I like parts of it, but I don't. as a whole movie, no, I can't do it
All
again.
right. Well, on that note, what would you give it out of 10?
Oh god. Let me think about it. I want to give points for the obviously for the outfits and everything. The sets was awesome. Um, I don't know, maybe like a 6.5. Is
I'd
that
give it around that too, because they hit more than enough with the technical to be over a 5, but your story has to be compelling and worthwhile, and you kind of lack there. So it evens out to me, right? It's not a 7 yet, but it's not under a 5. But yeah, if you're gonna watch it, just be prepared. Just roll with it.
yeah? The budget was good, obviously.
That's the thing. If you have that much money and you're gonna do this movie, I hope they planned it more than I think they did to put this out. Like, all right, we have all these Barbie ideas. It's time to make the movie because, like, we've already had Transformers and GI Joe movies for a while now.
Hmm.
Like, we get it, but like you said, like you're doing something so iconic. Like, should she interact with humans? Like, are you kidding? But
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to like. I just feel like we've been bashing the movie the whole time, but it's like I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. You know how I feel. I was disappointed. I thought it was gonna be a way better movie, and I was told like I was told different things. Different people said it sucks. Some people said it was good. So I'm like, I'll have to watch it for myself. And I don't know. I'm kind of in between suck and it's kind of good. You know,
I'm
there's
not.
things that I like about it, but then there's like some parts that are really sucky.
You know, I, I, I'm not upset. I saw it. I wanted to know. I'm glad I know,
Yeah,
and
but
even I enjoyed it.
would you watch it
What?
again? Would you watch it again?
Maybe one more time just to see what I did miss.
You would watch it again. You'd spend 2 hours on this again.
Well, I'm a movie buff. I'll watch anything,
Oh,
but
okay. Well,
no.
yeah, I've watched some really terrible movies too, but I don't ever go back and watch them again.
And like you said, these older horror movies we watch are some just still more entertaining than what we watch.
Well, I like some bad movies, like B movies, whatever, but they're so bad that they're so good. The Barbie movie, not quite that to me.
Because it wasn't bad. It just told the wrong story for a Barbie movie.
There's parts that was bad to me, like and boring. I'm just being honest. There's some boring stuff.
Like the whole beginning with the doll thing, you could have done that in half the time to prove a point
Hmm.
and tell more of Barbie's life, which is what people are actually going to see. I hate to tell them.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Like more of what Barbie is like than the humans and stuff. They could have focused more on the dolls. That probably would have been like more fun.
Oh, was there really a sugar daddy? Was that a real doll? The old man with the dog?
There was one that was in the '80s. I don't know if he was sugar daddy, but he was like '80s preppy, like what do you call it? Like a yuppie kind of guy. He had a little dog. There was a
Yeah.
Ken. I don't know if he was Ken or if he was Happy Family, but it's a Mattel thing. They did have a. They used to sell those. I don't. Is it Ken or what? I don't know, but there was a doll by Mattel that came with like puppies. And he dressed all kind of like that preppy kind of pink polo type of thing, little shorts and stuff. I'll have to look into what it is though, but I don't think he was Ken, so I think they got that wrong. I think he's part of the Happy Family line, but it's by
Hmm.
Mattel, so I guess it's kind of like a Ken, same thing. Um, But yeah, they used to sell dogs, little dogs with your rich people or whatever. Wasn't that a thing in the 80s? Like the rich people had little cute little frilly dogs or whatever.
Still
I didn't.
is a thing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about because I wasn't alive in the 80s. I was born in the 90s. I didn't. I kind of pretty much know a lot of 80s stuff because I watch all that stuff, but I didn't get to enjoy the 80s.
Well,
I was watching Power Rangers and shit, you know.
again, they didn't think of the audience they were writing for. You can write for moms and daughters and little kids, but again, like movies like the Lego Movie got the jokes where there were adult jokes, and little kids aren't going to get that they're mentioning something else, but it's not. They just threw it in our face.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking this ain't a kid movie. But how many little kids went and saw the movie? You know that once the little girl saw Barbie, it's like, I want to go see that. And then they go, and it's like disappointing. You know, it's like, oh, this movie's actually made for grown ass women. So, you know, that's not
Yeah,
fair. I don't,
but these days you just got to catch the opening weekend kick. And for a movie like this, where it's the first of its kind, a lot of this money had to be made in the beginning when nobody knew what it was really about.
well, I feel
And
like, oh, you can finish. Sorry, I'll finish after you.
no, like it was nostalgic enough to get people in the seats, but you know, I don't think people are going to be rushing out to help the DVD sales on this movie.
No, but the toys and stuff will sell because they're cool, you know. But
So I can go to a store. I can go to a store right now, and there's a Barbie that looks like Margot Robbie.
hmm yeah, they're pretty cute. They have them at Walmart, and then you can get the car too, and you can get like Ken and President Barbie. Like pretty much made all the Barbies. They made Weird Barbie, all of them at Walmart, and they're
Somehow
selling pretty good.
that seems that might have just been the plan the whole time.
Like
They
He Man,
told
like they want
they're
to sell
like,
toys.
y'all go ahead and write your movie. I don't care what y'all talk about. We're gonna
Yeah,
sell it. We're gonna
and
sell it.
that's what they did with He Man. Remember, it was all about selling toys, and they
I
made.
don't blame them, but I don't blame them for that. Mattel is a toy company. That's fine.
No, yeah, that's obviously like if they're gonna do a movie, it's like we are going to make bank off these dolls, so everybody's gonna want these, and they're selling real good right now, and people are even upselling them, you know, buying them at Walmart, selling them for $200 on eBay and making some money. There's a little scam right there, you know, hee hee. But I wouldn't do that, but there's people that do that, whatever the scalpers or whatever, they buy up all the stuff. Um, But that's the thing is like last time I was really disappointed in a movie, especially when I went and saw it in the theaters. It was that really bad Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie.
Oh yeah.
I really didn't like that, and I love Willy Wonka, the Gene Wilder one. That one is so good. I watched that like a billion times. But
Now
that
they
one was just so creepy and weird. And then,
now you're getting another one.
oh, I
And then
know it looks kind of weird. I don't think
it's
I
the
don't.
age of the prequels. It's the prequel story for Willy Wonka.
I know, but I don't like that's something like that's untouchable to me. It's like Labyrinth, like don't touch Willy Wonka, don't touch Labyrinth. They're perfect. We don't need to mess with them. You know, it's gonna be disappointment. And then they got Hugh Grant playing the Oompa Loompas. Like that looks stupid. Like it does not look good to me.
Yeah, we'll see when that comes out.